Hi, this is Jim Starkweather, the publisher of Kitmaker Network and ArmorAmmo.com, and welcome to another episode of Cracking the Box. Today we have for you from Trumpeter, the Soviet Object 268. This is in 1/35th scale. This is a recent release, and this one is about 310 pieces with a length of 270 millimeters and a width of about a little over 100 millimeters, sorry. Width of 270 millimeters and a width of a little over 100 centimeters. Not sure if these will show up here. I guess they will. So some side profile shots there. If you're not familiar with the Object 268, it is the Soviet gun. Object 268 experimental tank of the mid-1950s, 152 millimeter M64 gun mounted on a T-10 tank base equipped with a stereoscopic rangefinder. The project's purpose was to develop a heavy tank destroyer with the firepower to contend with the tanks in the West, but this vehicle never went into mass production. The prototype was preserved at Kubinka Tank Museum in Russia. So this one also includes some photo etch here that they show on the side. Let's go ahead and crack her open. This is the tank that's in World of Tanks. It's a Tier 10 Soviet tank destroyer. I actually have one in the game. So yeah, I'm kind of familiar with it from that standpoint. The instructions here are the standard Trumpeter type instructions. They do have a color insert here for the marking. Since this tank never went into production, obviously it's just the standard Soviet green, dark green color. The manual is a fold-out, actually a multi-page here, and you can see they do a parts overlay and then go right into the lower suspension going together. The kit has individual track links and not a whole lot of detail on the kit in terms of external details, but you know, enough is here. They do look like they include a bit. Well, they include the commander's gun up on the top of the turret, and yeah, that's pretty much it. 12 pages of manual. So in terms of plastic content, we've got one sprue here with some of the main gun pieces and some of the turret armor, I believe. The muzzle brake is in 2 pieces. Wheels and road wheels here and suspension arms. More suspension arms, the idler and drive wheels I think are on here, or maybe just the drive wheels, and some other small detail bits like that gun. It's probably a Zis, some kind of high caliber gun. I believe these are the upper underside pieces for the above the tracks. The individual track links, which are just a snap together one-to-one kind of scenario, so pretty easy to do. There's quite a few there. There's, I believe, 5 sprues in each of these, so about 10 sprues of these. And then of course the hull is here in upper and lower hull, and we'll take a look at those in a second. I'm going to take them out of the bag. Then we've got the required piece of wood for whatever they use that for track, I guess, getting stuck and various things. Some additional upper wheels, there's a name for these, and I cannot remember off the top of my head what they are right now, but yeah, guide wheels or something like that. And then the shovel details also in here. The other side, actually, oh, okay, so interesting, they give you one solid log and then a half and half log, which I believe there's only one mounted on the vehicle, right? So I'm not sure why they give you 2. Maybe one of these is from another Soviet kit, I guess. And then we have a single replacement piece. Maybe this is replacing some of the sprockets in the pieces before now. And then some fender guards, I think, and some kind of small little bit of plastic there. Here's some of that photo etch, 1, 2, with some cable wire on the back here, and then there's the 3rd piece of photo etch, and then lastly a decal sheet with some white stenciled numbers and some Soviet stars and whatever the other stars and little configuration is there. Alright, let's take a look real quick at some of the plastic parts and maybe how they go together. So yeah, I had this kit for a little while, not as long as the KB5, which is also sitting over here, but I hope to get to that soon too. That's also a tank from World of Tanks. All right, let's go ahead and try a little base fit together here. And I know these two pieces go together. Okay, there we go. So yeah, you can see actually, I guess those pieces maybe do go up above here. But yeah, this fits together rather nicely, I hope. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of an issue here. I don't know if you can see, but let's see if I can get this camera angle good here. You can see the little gap there. I mean, it's gonna go down in that slot, and I just wedged it in place, so it did definitely go. But earlier kind of popped back up, and I'm not sure the plastic is kind of in between that point and the other point. But looks really good. Some nice. There's no texture on this, but there's some nice surface detail and weld marks. The deck looks very nicely detailed on the back. The side tool compartments, or whatever these are, look nice. So they had the real vehicle to go, I'm sure, do some potential reference photos on and so forth. So hopefully they got all this mostly correct. Would be nice to think. All right, let's take a look at the other large sprue. This is the two-piece gun. It's half and half. Almost kind of imagine, I mean, this has got nice detail to it, but this would definitely be a scenario where a metal barrel would be nice, because the gun is so large and so prominent on the kit, obviously, especially with the muzzle brake also being a two-piece arrangement. But, you know, it probably goes together right. I mean, most of the Trumpeter kits are good about that. Upper hatches here look nice. But all looks good. No production issues that I see. No bad things. All right, so this is suspension wheels and well, not suspension wheels, but suspension arms actually. Sprocket wheels and some other detail parts. Some fine details there. Some toe cable hooks, eye hooks. Other little bits that I'm not familiar with. And there's two of those sprues, and I hit the camera. I hate when I hit the camera. And these are those top, I believe, top of the track pieces, which probably go in to cover up those tracks. Nice detail they've done there. Almost like just a surface detail or surface pattern to that as well. These are the ones with the logs. Let's take a look at the other road wheels, actually. So being a tank destroyer, no turret, not an overly complex model. Here's the road wheels. And again, there will be some photos of these parts at the tail end of this review, or unboxing, I should say. More suspension arms. And some of the small cap details here look very nice. And that just leaves us with a couple of other small detail sprues. And I'm not doing a good job cutting these open. This one has just small detail bits. I think that the Zis gun on the turret, that's part of that gun, which is actually molded in complete parts. And next we have again some of the smaller top guide wheels, if that's what those are called, and some small like hooks and various tool parts, shovel, and the same piece repeated here with the other half, obviously, of the log. And then we have one that has a one-piece log on it. I'm not sure which one you're supposed to use, but and I'd use the one piece, of course. Yeah, and some just other small detail bits. I think that's the drivers. Is that the driver's hatch? No. Well, yes, that is the driver's hatch. I think these are the rear tool things. I think they go on the back here. Yeah. So they cover up these parts. Just doing that test fitting. Pretty sure that one's going to go there. That's an interesting gap it's leaving. Doesn't seem right. That doesn't seem right. Maybe that gap is real. I can kind of see from the box they are showing that there's actually a visible gap. That this piece is actually kind of going up here, and then you can actually see like towards the back end where there's clearance all underneath it. So maybe this piece kind of sits up a bit, and maybe that's what it's not doing here. That I'm trying to do it without other pieces and so forth that are in proper place. And then there's some very small arced pieces. Not sure what those are going to. And that just leaves us with this piece, which is a couple of the sprockets. Not sure these are a correction or just a different version versus whatever potential things this matched for another kit. If it did match anything. They do have, is that dates? Stencil dates? 44. So that, yeah, 05544 is this kit. I'm just going to check to see if those other ones have. Yeah. So these are the same road wheels for the IS4 or JS4. I'm going to guess maybe these are as well. These are the same. This is the same sprues for the T10. Let's just check real quick this one. This is also the T10 sprue with the single log, and then this one also says T10. I'm not quite sure where that was going. Where they had two. Maybe the T10 had two logs on it. Maybe that was the deal. So really, I think we're looking at in terms of unique sprues, probably the upper and lower half, and then the gun sprue, and then those top things. So the rest are all reused from other Soviet kits, as the actual tanks would have been. So yeah, interesting little bit of this piece as well as a T10 piece. So interesting little bit of kit knowledge there. Sorry to get that in on the tail end. Some people probably missed it because they was like, oh, I'm going to skip to the pictures at this point. But yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at those pictures, and then we'll come back and conclude. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoyed the photos for the Soviet Object 268, a very large and daunting Soviet tank destroyer from a bygone era, also played in World of Tanks. Thanks again to Stevens International for sending us this sample, and we'll be looking for your feedback, comments, suggestions below in the comments section, and make sure to click like on this video if you liked this video. And we will see you next time on Cracking the Box.